Do you want to guess where I'm going? Just like how you used to do it. I almost forgot. You're not exactly familiar with Skyhaven. But that's okay. I didn't have a certain location in mind, so your guess wouldn't have been wrong either way. If I stumble upon a nice place, I can take you there when you visit Skyhaven again. But you can't do a lot of stuff here. It's nothing like Lincoln. I mean, we know all of our secret bases in Lincoln thanks to our years of tireless exploring. Those 2 adventure maps you drew expanded a bunch of times. You've traveled a lot on your own in the time I've been gone, haven't you? Those 2 maps remained consistent over the years, but they're probably different now. It's not a bad thing, though. This time you're finally ahead of me, Pipsqueak. Didn't we always used to fight over who should be the navigator when we were little? How about this? Next time I'm in Lincoln, you'll be my navigator and show me the places you've discovered. It's possible to get lost when you're heading to a place you're familiar with, even if you've only been away for a few months. It's not that you can't find the way. It's more like you can't decide what your destination should be. Whether it's that old house, the park, or our other secret bases, it's pointless to stay in those places without someone there waiting for me. I don't just order people around, you know. When I'm piloting an aircraft, I wait for the control tower to give landing clearance. I have to hover in the air for a long time before the clearance is given. And I'll do the same thing for you. I'll wait for you to give me permission no matter how long it takes. If you'd like, you can help me mark all those trails I'm missing on that map. Even if it's just following your footsteps, I'll be able to pretend I've taken part in these journeys of yours. My morning workout was postponed. Didn't you say you wanted to see me? You wanted to see me just for that? You can keep the power bank. I like bringing it with me because you said this collab design was cute. You don't need to give it back. I have another one just like it. Nah, I wasn't bulk buying. I just bought a pair out of habit. Other habits can be changed, but I don't want to change this one. Not yet. Let me guess why you're giving me advice now. Is it because you've forgotten that when we were kids, whatever I bought, I got one for you too? That's how your allowance kept growing. Yeah, I've been doing it willingly. I volunteered to pay double for your favorite snacks, toys, and books. Never because someone would be a tattletale and tell Grandma. Didn't you know how convincing you were when you tattled? Even I, the defendant, almost ended up believing you. You being a tattletale worked wonders. But what left a deeper mark was the time you called me selfish. And, you know, I've always wanted to grow up as a generous, well, you know. But now that I think about it, you weren't far off. Indeed, Caleb could be downright selfish sometimes. His selfishness, it's so you'd let him occupy every part of your life. From the cup you pick up to the alarm clock you see every day, to even the toothbrush you use in the morning and night. He had wished every daily necessity you used, saw, and touched reminded you that someone else was using the same thing. But now, he no longer knows if this sort of selfish and wishful caring should be carried on. Really? You heard everything, and all you have to say is telling me what a fool I've been? You're right. I wouldn't have gotten into this habit without you letting me. All right. Since this is a problem we created, We should suffer the consequences together. I just arrived at Lincoln Station. Do you want to hear the story of how I saved a dragonfly? There's a lot to talk about when we meet up later. I am not sure if I'll remember it by then. A dragonfly broke free from a spiderweb and nearly fell into traffic. So, I escorted it to a tree branch. You didn't expect me to be good at directing forced landings for dragonflies. It's not something a person is born with, you know. It requires training. Of course, you weren't aware of those extra hours of practice I put in. You were trying to defend your title as Bamboo Dragonfly Champion and didn't think about anything else. Have you ever wondered why your bamboo copter always flew the highest and farthest? It even disappeared into the sky sometimes. People were wondering back then why I never competed. How could I? I was busy escorting your bamboo copter from behind the scenes. Saving the dragonfly just now was sort of a muscle memory. You didn't realize I developed a strong desire to win when I was young? Oh well, didn't expect this and didn't expect that. Why don't you ask me about the other things you wouldn't expect me to do? Once and for all. That's not fair. With you, I'm an open book. No secrets. I wasn't really bothered by it during the contest. What I cared about was how you felt. Not to mention, the bamboo copter released from your hands was loaded with all your little wishes. As long as the bamboo copter flies over the trees, Caleb will watch TV with me for 30 more minutes. Does that ring a bell? After hearing that, how could I bear to see it fall to the ground? The reliable dragonfly escort captain? If only the young lady who won the contest back then could be this good at sweet-talking. Compared to the Far Space Fleet, this team seems to suit me better. Well, let's save the rest for when we meet up. I'm done escorting the dragonfly. Now it's time to escort you. Of course, the best title for me is still your escort. Now that I'm looking at you, I guess you're lost in your own little world. Then why don't you check out the plane behind me? Will that help bring you back to Earth a little? All the supplies on the plane are ready to go. I've double-checked everything to make sure we haven't missed anything. Once you're on board, I'll be your personal pilot. And flight attendant, of course. The destination is up to you, Colonel Pipsqueak. You want to find the longest mountain range? Following a winding mountain range as we rise and fall through a sea of clouds. That would be a spectacular flight path. You know, I sorta expected you to ask if I could skywrite Happy Lincoln New Year. Oh, you want me to do that tomorrow? I see. You're gonna watch from the ground, huh? I guess I'll need to focus on planning the flight route when I get back. Are you sure you want to watch the fireworks all by yourself tonight? The skywriting can wait for another holiday. The Lincoln New Year's fireworks, on the other hand, that's an annual event we shouldn't miss. Instead of mountains, we could fly over the ocean. Who knows? We might even stumble upon some uncharted islands not on any map. We should name one Pipsqueak's Caleb Isle. I'd like to vote for Caleb's Fainting Isle, thanks. But even if we don't discover anything new, the first flight of the year still holds a special meaning. You know how people always say that doing something difficult is like reaching for the stars? If we make reaching for the stars look easy on the first day of the year, then no challenge will be too great for you later on. What, do you think I'm auditioning for the DAA's PR team? This is my heartfelt Lincoln New Year's blessing for you. This year, you'll see that reaching for the stars is easy breezy. I might be a little late. You haven't gone out yet, right? Good to know. I got held up. But it's nothing serious. An old lady with Alzheimer's mistook me for her grandson. She looked like she really needed my help, and it wasn't too much of a hassle to play the part. I was being nice to her? Then why don't we do a little bit of roleplay ourselves? Don't head out just yet. You need to choose your role first. Granddaughter. That makes you someone I need to take care of. You sure you don't want to try something new? Ah, it's still a role you're comfortable with. Do you want to take on a challenge by acting as someone else? It's not that, but this old lady lives by herself and doesn't have a granddaughter. Does she have other relatives? I think I heard her say that. Her grandson is in love with someone, a girl she hasn't met yet. You're right to speculate that maybe the guy is still in a situation where he likes her but hasn't confessed his feelings yet. So, are you gonna roleplay as this mysterious girl whom he's smitten with? It's okay if you don't want to. There should be other good roles. Are you worried the old lady is gonna believe her grandson is in a relationship now? That said, you're confident that we'll be able to act like a loving couple. Makes sense. Okay, we'll go with your idea. Let's try not to disappoint her after all this. Sure, you can be a righteous citizen of Lincoln City. Can't think of anyone better for it. But hold on just a sec. I want to make an appointment with this righteous citizen. After we do an act of kindness for the old lady who's ill, will it be my turn? Oh, no. I'm not coming down with something, but prevention is crucial, you know? Illness isn't the only thing that can make us forget about the people we hold dear, Pipsqueak. Time and being separated from each other can do that as well. But it's easy to take preventative measures. I just need a booster shot of you. Of course, the higher the dosage, the more effective it'll be. You're still up? What do you mean, I'm also up? I called because I wanted to talk to you some more on my birthday. Is that not allowed? You've been running around preparing everything. You didn't even let me help out with the tiniest of things. You arranged everything by yourself, but you're still energetic. How am I feeling these past few days? Happy. Seeing you put so much thought and time into picking out gifts, baking a cake, setting up everything, it feels like you only belong with me. Do you want to know why I feel this way? After we reunited, I realized you had your own life. There were things about you that I didn't know. You seemed reluctant to rely on me too. And you learned how to do so many things on your own. We promised to conquer the world together. You'd be on the ground, and I'd be in the sky. But why does the distance between heaven and earth feel so vast now? It's not just the distance between Skyhaven and Lincoln. Our lives and careers are slowly pulling us apart. That's why these past few days made me happy. They proved that no matter what happens, we'll always find our way back to each other. And now, you're the only thing I can think about. You know, your stuff is all over my house. The same can be said about the lobby in the Fleet's HQ, the streets of Skyhaven, I see traces of you around every corner. Is this what you wanted as well? Aren't you worried that I'll become more selfish? It's tempting to hold on to you more tightly and be with you every second of every day now. Huh. Maybe you already knew this. Or maybe you've been letting me be selfish this whole time. In that case, I want to have a little more of you for every birthday from now on. For example, I want you to be the first thing I see at dawn every day. That way, you'll be by my side along with the morning sun. I found it, Pipsqueak. Is your hidden treasure these pictures of me? Photos from when I was 10, 14, 16? I can barely recall what I looked like all those years ago. And yet you've held on to these images. Is being forced to reminisce about one's silly youth all over again considered a treasure to be cherished? I headed straight to the photo studio. Of course I was quick. Why are you acting so surprised? As soon as hidden treasures were mentioned, your eyes kept staring at the stickers we got. It was such an obvious hint. Not spilling the beans would be possible with a hunter's counter-surveillance skills, yet your intention was revealed. The only way this could have happened is if it were done on purpose, right? Are these wacky photos a prank or something? But this one isn't glued to my hand. It also doesn't leave a mark on my body. It's not that I'm assuming you were being mischievous again. I have fallen for your tricks too many times. Once bitten, twice shy. How many people are there in the picture? These are all pics you took of me when I wasn't looking, and you're trying to scare me with some supernatural incidents. This prank is a bit too predictable, wouldn't you say? Wait, isn't this your shadow? I always thought it was my shadow chasing you. Turns out you were there and I didn't realize it. I had a feeling before we started that this wasn't just any scavenger hunt. But I didn't expect this to happen. This game was just a trip down memory lane between a young Caleb and a young you. Photos don't talk, but I can hear your response. If I had known that you were going to give me a treasure trove, I would have brought a fleet ship to store this. Did you learn how to dip your toes in and then pull out from me? It's not that things can't be hidden. They don't want to be hidden. I'm the one who's the most familiar with this feeling. It's okay if you don't understand what I'm saying. When the day comes that you're ready to understand instead of hiding, you might as well reveal everything. In a way, it's like a metamorphosis. And I'll be there to tell you all about those secrets that want to be exposed.